Hey guys, welcome to my first ever makeup video. I decided to show you guys a little bit of how it went because it was a little bit of a disaster, but I had fun and I got through it, so it kind of all worked out in the end. I was also watching TV while I did it, and I was watching 13 Reasons, I believe, and it got a little crazy, so I got distracted. But yeah. So I started out with my Too Faced lip injections. This stuff is amazing. It works so well. You can feel it tingling on your lips, like, so you can tell it's working. And I also go in with the Urban Decay Primer Potion on my eyelids before I do anything. I warm this product up with my fingers instead of a brush because you can really feel the brush marks on your eyelids instead of the smooth feeling of when you use your finger. Also, I did my brows off camera because that's a whole nother video for a whole nother time. Right here, you can tell that the Too Faced lip injections is working. Like, you can definitely feel when it's starting to plump up your lips. So now I use the Morphe palette. It's the neutral tones one, and I use that soft ochre color by MAC. That's what it reminds me of because it's basically like my skin tone, but a little bit more of a olive undertone. I also like to blow on the brush instead of like pat it out because I feel like it gets the product off more evenly than just tapping it because I don't know, I'm just weird like that. And then I'll use the color above it, which is kind of like a warm brown, and I use that as my transition shade. So I have like a big fluffy brush that's probably from the beauty supply store, but yeah, I just use that and I put it all over. I'm just going from outer corner to inner corner with that product really lightly, so it's very diffused and more of like a just a tint of color. You can see what I'm doing better on this side because you can see the inner corner better. So I show you guys in a second like how it's looking so far. So it's very faint. And then I take another warm brown, but it's darker. It's probably a few shades darker. And I'm just taking it from the outer corner and kind of dragging it to the inner corner, but without any more product on it. So I'm just leaving most of the product on the outer corner. And now I'm just going back in with that transition shade and kind of blending it all together because I don't want any harsh lines. I want it to look really blended and blurred together. Now I'm taking a kind of gold champagne color, and then I'm taking a lighter champagne color, and I'm putting the gold one on the middle of my lid and then the lighter one on the inner corner. So now I'm going to go off camera and do my eyeliner and put my lashes on. This is what it's looking like so far. I think it looks so much better when you put the liner and the lashes on. I think eyeshadow is kind of boring. So I started with my face and I do the Vitamin Enriched Face Base. It's the one for oily skin, I believe, and it's by Bobbi Brown. This stuff is life-changing. I put it under my primer, so this is just like literally the base, and it makes my makeup look so much smoother. I don't know what's in it, but whatever it is, it works. Next, I go with the LA Girl Pro Prep and Prime. This stuff is amazing too. I've tried high-end primers, and this is my favorite one out of high-end and low-end products. This stuff just really fills in your pores, but it doesn't block your pores, if you know what I'm saying. Like, it doesn't give you pimples or anything. And I use a beauty blender with this too because I used to use my fingers, and I don't know, I just like the feel of a beauty blender. I think it does the same thing. Next, I'm using the MAC Pro Concealer, and this is, I believe, NC42, and that's like my skin color. That's not lighter or darker, that's my actual skin color. And I put this on like the little dots on my face, just like dark marks or pimples that are just not going away and that are kind of flat still. For my foundation, I use the Laura Mercier Candle Glow Soft Illumination something. I don't know. It's a long name, but this stuff is lightweight. It's buildable, but it's still going to be lightweight. It's never going to be like, you know, cake face. This is why I love it because It fills in everything I need it to, but it's not heavy feeling. Like, I hate the feeling of like a face mask on, so that this really feels like it's not even there, but it gives me great coverage, so that's why I love it. Favorite concealer right here, NARS Creamy Concealer. This is the shade Custard. It's very light for me, but it's used to highlight my under eye, my nose, my forehead, and my chin. I also put a little bit on my jawline, but it like a little bit above my jawline. To cream bronze my face, I'm using the Hourglass foundation in the shade Golden Almond. And the reason I say uh, bronze my face is because of the color. So I'm putting it in places where I contour, but since it's a very warm color, it's just going to warm up my face. And I like to warm up my face with a cream product because it looks way more natural. So yeah, that's the difference between contouring and bronzing, is pretty much the color, the warmth of the color. Now I'm just taking a beauty blender and blending that all in. I like to do the light shade first so I don't get any dark product on the light areas. So I do all the highlighting first with the beauty blender, and then I go in with a different brush and I bronze my face up. Right here I'm taking a Real Techniques brush. It's an eyeshadow brush, and just getting the tip of my nose instead of using a beauty blender because it's more precise. And now I'm taking kind of a highlighting fan brush. It's a dual fiber brush, and I'm using that to get my contour area, but I'm bronzing my face like I said earlier. I also use that down my nose because it's more precise, the same thing as the eyeshadow brush. Now I'm taking a beauty blender and just blending that all out because that looks crazy on my forehead, way too harsh. And I use that on my cheeks too to kind of blur out the contour that I just did. Now I'm taking my favorite powder of all time, Laura Mercier translucent powder. Guys, there's a reason that people rave about this product because it really makes you look airbrushed. Because my pores are, I would say they're on the larger side. I don't know, but I would say they are. And this really makes them look like they're not even there. So I use a beauty blender under my eyes because I'm setting the under of my eyes. And then I just use a dual fiber brush. I use a dual fiber brush on the places that I highlighted, and then I'll just use the big fluffy brush on my entire face to set it, because if I don't set my face it gets oily. Now I'm using this bronzer blush duo by e.l.f. I've tried so many bronzers and I just keep going back to this e.l.f. product. e.l.f. does have some amazing stuff. Guys, don't sleep on it. But yeah, I use this one. I'm not sure the name of it, but I don't know. It kind of looks like the NARS duo. But yeah, I just use that all over the places that I bronzed my face. Now I'm using another contour powder by Black Radiance, and I'm just using that with a fluffy brush, and I'm kind of carving out my cheeks just a little bit more because I like that super chisel look because I have a round face and I'm over it, so I try to get rid of it. Now I'm carving out my nose, so I'm taking the translucent powder and just going on the sides of my nose, so it's very light on the sides, and then you have that contour on the sides of my nose, and then you have the highlight in the middle, so it's like a super button nose. Now I'm taking the bronzer color from the Black Radiance palette and I'm putting it underneath my eyes just to put a little shadow. I don't like to put a lot because I think I look like dead if I do. I don't know, I'm weird. Now I'm just wiping away the product that I used to chisel my nose. I don't know what happened, but my camera shut off here. It said it was too hot. I don't know. But it cut off. when I did my lips, so I'll explain that at the end. But yeah, now I'm just putting mascara on my lashes. I use the L'Oreal Telescopic, and I'm just going over my bottom lashes, and then the top of my lashes, I'm coating the fake lashes. And I'm also just fixing my eyeliner. Sometimes you get like powder and stuff on your eyeliner, so I'm just making it dark again. Okay, so my camera said it was too hot, so just wanted to I did my lips off camera, and I used NYX eye and eyebrow pencil in the shade light brown, and then I used a MAC lipstick in the shade creme de nude, and then I put a clear gloss over it. Always I'm always putting clear gloss over whatever I do, mainly because I just like glossy lips. I don't like the matte look. I used highlight. The highlight that I used was the one from this palette, and it's this one right here. It's called, this palette is called True Complexion Contour Palette by Black Radiance. They have really good stuff for tan skin. So yeah, this is the finished look. Thank you guys for watching, and I hope to see you next time.